I will say that's always one of my favorite moments. Like, I don't know if this has ever happened to you guys when you have a friend. While we're waiting for these things to come back, you have that friend who maybe you go to school with them, and then you kind of, in a conversation, you just casually like, oh, yeah, I play some StarCraft. Yeah. And you're like, oh, StarCraft? Dude, I'm really good at StarCraft.
Oh, I love
Do you know one of these people? I remember this actually happened to me. I hear a cheer from the audience, like, I know tons of people like that. Or there's that one guy who's like, well, I'm good at StarCraft. Right. That's me. Well, I remember this happened to me with a friend in high school who played Counter-Strike. And he's like, dude, I'm really good at Counter-Strike. Comes to my house.
You have to bro him up a little bit.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, come on, Counter-Strike.
He had like 3 collars and all were popped. Yeah. And like he has triple pop collars. Cool. And this guy with his giant aviator sunglasses and like 20 Livestrong bracelets, he sits down. He's ready to play Counter-Strike. And of course, for any of you who played Counter-Strike, what's your sensitivity at?
0.
Almost 0, right? You have to turn, swinging it like this, like you're trying to
whipping around like a yo-yo.
Bull. Yeah, it's insane. So he comes over, he's like, whoa, your sensitivity's way too low. And he doesn't go into the console to give an exact number, which is how a pro would do it.
Right.
He goes into the option menu where there's this ambiguous slider with no label on the axis and just slides it up, and he's like, now we're talking. Now we're talking, bro. And he sits down, he plays in the game. And, of course, what does he buy? The MP5. And what does he do? He's, like, sneaking in the hallways. He's creeping. He's waiting. There's still most of the team left alive. And then someone pops out, and he goes, oh, and he holds down the fire button, and literally the screen does this, right? He's just shooting everywhere, and he tweaks up and lands a headshot, and he goes, that's what I'm talking about, pulls both hands off the keyboard and mouse. That's like someone making it through a yellow light in a car and pulling both hands off the steering wheel and being like, look at me go through that. I'm like, put your hands on the wheel. We're on a mountain. Like, oh my gosh. So after he successfully went 2-30, we didn't actually talk too much anymore.
Yeah, that was a great story, Sean. And there's still no updates, so they gave us just enough time there for that story and potentially following it up with a second story as well.
Well, as we just got updated in those MLG boosts, for any of you who